My name's Caitlin. I'm a holistic nutrition consultant, and I'm the author of a blog called grassfedgirl.com. Today we have Wes with us. He's from the Joovv company, and we're going to be talking about the benefits of red light therapy. Welcome, Wes. We're so excited.
Thanks, Caitlin. Happy to have this conversation today.
Yeah, it's really cool. I've been wanting one of these things for a long time. I've been hearing about it, but I didn't really understand. Lately you keep hearing about the benefits of like going outside more and getting more sunshine. But I know red light therapy fits right into that kind of quantum lifestyle. So tell us, like, how did you get into red light therapy, and did you have a personal health journey that led you to this?
That's a great question. It really stems from really it's a family story. And it started with my two sisters and two brother-in-laws that founded the company of Joovv. But how we got to that point of starting this company was just on the path to look at how to heal the body. And when you're dealing with health issues and different things, you start looking at more alternative ways because kind of Western medicine's kind of failed you. And so you realize, my body shouldn't be like this. It should be healthier. I'm doing all the things you're supposed to be doing. Why isn't it healthy? And so stuff you would learn typically in school, or you'd read in magazines or stuff like that of how to take care of your body, and it wasn't working, and so my family first started with just discovering organic, years and years ago of, hey, there's pesticides in foods and vegetables, and processed food and grass-fed meat, different things like that. And mixing that in, definitely saw benefit, but there was still stuff lacking. And it was my eldest sister, Melissa. She had been dealing with a lot of eczema. And anybody that is familiar with eczema, it can be very, 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 very irritating. It can be not pleasurable to look at. It can make your skin really dry, itchy, red. And she had been dealing with that. She tried a lot of different things, from topicals to different diet changes, and nothing seemed to really clear that up. And so she saw kind of on a back Reddit forum that red light therapy, people were saying, hey, try this. I don't really know if it's backed by science, but I tried it and it worked. And so this was back in 2014 or 15. And so she found a local tanning salon that had converted a red light LED tanning bed and converted it into a red light therapy bed. And so she signed up for a package and she started going there. And, within a few weeks, she had seen it clear up, over 90%. And nothing she had tried to that point had really helped. So that really kind of piqued her interest to kind of start telling the rest of the family about it. And so then it kind of snowballed effect to where, there really wasn't an option for anybody at home wanting to do full body. You had to go to a commercial setting. And that's really the conception of Joovv, is saying, hey, there is a lot of science behind this therapy. Our family personally experienced benefits. Let's see if this is something that, when people hear about it, they'd want to incorporate into their own home. And that's kind of, I'm really summarizing, but that's really the inception of Joovv. And from there, it's really grown and taken off. And I mean, once we get in to talk a little bit about the science, you'll quickly understand why.
That's amazing. I mean, that, you have that personal history, and I mean, you saw your sister suffering, I'm sure, and you saw everything she tried, and then she had this breakthrough. That's amazing.
Yeah. And I myself was super skeptical. I was like, you're going to use red light to do what? It's not going to really do that. And I remember when they actually got a prototype device and they had one, they had sent it to me and some of my other family members. And I never used it. I was very skeptical. I remember hurting myself at work, like twisting an ankle, hurt myself in the gym or something like that. And I remember them telling me, hey, stand in front of the red light or put red light on it. It's actually really good. And I was like, how can that help, a sore ankle that's inflamed or different things like that?
Yeah.
But once I actually gave it a shot and I started using it consistently, and then when I read the science, I really understood that oh, this is way different than I thought. And there's actually science, and it actually worked.
That's amazing. Did you, and so did you actually try it for an injury?
I never tried. I've definitely tried it with injuries. Where I first incorporated it was I started using it before and after the gym. I started using it at first to test what I would feel before I worked out. And then I would use it after I would work out, or a couple hours after I work out. And I noticed I've always been a gym rat. I've always loved to exercise, loved to be active. And I've definitely tried a lot of different things to help, boost your workout or different things like that. So I used to take, this is years ago, I used to take like pre-workout. It's something that you could take to help get the blood flow going. So when you started weight training, you got really good pumps throughout your body, whatever muscle area you were working. And so I stopped using those way before I started Red Light. And when I implemented Red Light, I noticed that same boost in blood flow. So when I would go to work out, I would feel you'd feel much more of a pump. And if anybody that has done, squats, or they've done like bench press, or they've done other different exercises, it's really important you get a good muscle pump, because you're getting blood flow to those areas. And that's what I experienced right away. I was like, whoa, this is very different than I had ever experienced. I hadn't experienced it since I was using supplements to do that, but this was doing it naturally just with light. And so that was really interesting to me. And then I noticed using it, post workout, several hours after, or I would work out in the morning, use it at night before bed. I noticed my soreness levels were going down. I was recovered a lot faster. And I'm very, very, very in tune to that stuff, because I've been exercising since I was, 13 years old, playing sports, through my youth. And so those are what I noticed. And it turns out there's actually, like what I was experiencing, there's a lot of clinical data for that. Using it before exercise to, one, give your cells a better defense so they can perform better, and also increasing blood flow. And then post workout, it's the same thing. Anytime you're exercising, you're going to spike a brief period of acute inflammation. And so that's very normal. I know a lot of folks, inflammation gets labeled as something that is bad or negative, and it can be when it's chronic, but it's very normal for your body to experience, acute phases of inflammation. That's how our body recovers,
that's what muscle building is. That's what
exactly
resistance training is.
You got it. You're attacking a muscle, right? And then you're going to break it down. And the normal process for that is inflammation is going to come in, and it's going to recover that area. Well, it turns out a very, very, very important factor for those areas and muscles to recover is they need blood flow. They need an increase in blood flow. They need, blood will bring oxygen and nutrients, and it'll start repairing that area. So it just so happens red light therapy can, or photobiomodulation, which is the scientific term, it boosts that. And it brings more nutrients. It will not only fix those cells to where they are back to a homeostasis balance, but after that, they're better set up, and have a better defense. So it's stronger. It's really, really, really interesting. And that's why you see a lot of professional sports teams using red light therapy. We have a partnership with the San Francisco 49ers. There's many Major League Baseball teams using our products. You'll see a lot of professional athletes. So it's really started growing in that circle, and it makes all the sense in the world. If you can, enhance your recovery and performance in a non-invasive way that's natural, why wouldn't you want to do that? So it's really, really cool. So that's kind of the story of how I tried it. I went from skeptic to, being a big believer, and seeing that this is going to be in professional sports and gyms and wellness centers across the country, because of how many benefits there are, and the very, very low risk of side effects.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, they're always looking for new ways. You see them jumping in the ice bins, and they're, especially, I think more athletes in the NFL and stuff have come out talking about how they, at the end of their careers, they say, well, they were trying to pump us full of drugs and we didn't like it, but we didn't say anything because we were making millions of dollars or whatever. but they want something different. They don't want to just keep doing that.
Yeah, you bet. I mean, you hear some of those stories of some of those marquee athletes that spend, over $1 million on their health every year. And, and the players that focus on optimizing their recovery, they're the ones that have a longer career. They're able to make, I mean, look at your body like a race car. If you're not, doing maintenance, changing the oil, changing the tires, greasing the gears, different stuff like that, it's going to break down. It's not going to be able to perform. Our bodies are the same. And it's really interesting is, my body, even though I'm not going to the level like, professional athlete is, I'm still breaking my body down. If I go for a walk, if I go for a run during the day, I can still exhaust my body. I need similar recovery, just like a professional athlete. So, for those thinking, oh, I'm not a professional athlete, so I really don't need this. No, we all need recovery. And it's really cool because recovery now is really mixing with lifestyle. It's something that everybody needs, everybody needs to be doing on a regular basis. And it's long past the days of just thinking you need a protein shake, after a workout to get the right recovery. So it's really interesting in that regard. And a lot of these athletes they'll mix it in with their lifestyle, and a lot of our customers, it's a lifestyle. It's using it not only to potentially heal certain things, but also just to maintain optimal health and wellness. And that's probably the most important thing that we face in our modern lifestyle. Technology has brought a lot of benefit. I mean, look at what we can do right now. We can be, miles and miles apart and have this conversation and folks can listen, but technology can also, be detrimental where we don't really get outside much anymore. A lot of people are glued to their phones. Our sleep has definitely diminished over the years, so if you can mix certain wellness activities in with your modern lifestyle, you're just going to be healthier overall.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, there's a whole group of people that are athletes, but then I think a lot of my audience is more on the kind of like they're trying to just recover like a baseline wellness because they have autoimmune disease or they have hashimotos, like thyroid problems, or they have, gut dysfunction, things like that. So how can red light be helpful for people like that who maybe used to be healthy, but now their health is not as great as it used to be?
Yeah, I mean, that's something I noticed when I hit my 30s. I was no longer, the same spring chicken that I used to be. And, part of the process of why we feel that way is a few things. One is our cells just start being less efficient. Our mitochondria becomes less efficient. And, anybody dealing with aging or different things, a key aspect to help stay youthful is boosting your mitochondria. And maybe boosting is not the right word, is maintaining healthy state of your mitochondria. And the reason that's very important is, think about our cells in our body. We have trillions of cells, and all of those cells have a job. And in each cell is an organelle called the mitochondria. And that is responsible for creating energy. It creates an energy called ATP. And our body uses that. Everything we do, from how our organs work to me talking right now, all the energy is using and burning ATP. And so we need to keep creating it so our bodies can keep functioning. And so the mitochondria are responsible for that. Red and near infrared light therapy, which is found in a Joovv product, is absorbed after you're doing a treatment. During the treatment, it's absorbed and it stimulates the mitochondria to produce more energy. And here's the really, really cool part. Cells that are not in a state of balance, they're, you would say under oxidative stress, that are not delivering a lot of energy, and they're actually delivering reactive oxygen species, which another name for the free radicals throughout the body. And so they're not being efficient, and they're creating a lot, potentially some harm. And what red light therapy does is it reverses that. And so it will put that cell back in a state of balance. It will boost the ATP, which is the good, and it will lower the amount of reactive oxygen species. So just on a cellular level doing that, imagine then you just see like a firework effect throughout the rest of the body, because if you can start being more efficient on a cellular level, then you can see benefits throughout the entire body. You're going to just feel better. You're going to have less aches and pains, potentially sleeping better. Your skin will look, smoother, more supple. It will just kind of more bring life back to you, because imagine it's like we're batteries and you just plugged us in and now we have more energy circulating through the body. So, that's one of the amazing parts is you don't have to do anything. Your body absorbs that energy and then almost functions like it's designed to, if that makes sense.
Maybe when you were, 18 or something like that.
Yeah. Because and that's the key, right? Is with anything is how can we keep our bodies healthy? Because our bodies are smarter. They're smarter than us. You know what I mean? They know what they need. They're very, very efficient. And if an area starts being less efficient, your body will maybe pull from one area to support that. And then that can take us out of balance. And when we're out of balance, that's when bad things can happen, such as chronic inflammation can start. We can start getting all sorts of, autoimmune issues, different things like that. So keeping our body in a state of homeostasis is so key. And red light therapy can help bring those cells that are under oxidative stress back to balance. And it does it naturally by just delivering energy to the body. And it's pretty fascinating.
It's amazing. I mean, so I think that it's something that everybody could use. And I mean, I've already been enjoying mine. I got the little one because I like to travel a lot. So I wanted to be able to take it with me. And so just tell us quickly, what's the best? I know it came with little glasses. It's just tell us as if I just open the box, what do I do?
So the device you have there that's more for targeted treating. So that is called our Joovv Go. And in that device contains 2 wavelengths of red and near infrared. And what that's really good for is targeting pain points around the body. So if you have sore joints, sore muscles, let's say a sore ankle, you would just, you would target that area and you turn the device on, and you would treat it for about 10 minutes. And that area then is just going to get exposed to natural healing light. It's going to increase blood flow to that area. And that's it. That's all you would need to do. A treatment is just 10 minutes, and you can treat various parts of your body really wherever you want. If you want to help support even healthy skin, you could just do a facial treatment. Just shine it on 10 minutes in the morning. You could use it before bed. A lot of folks will feel a sense of calmness, almost like their body shifts to a parasympathetic state over a sympathetic state, and they just feel more calm and relaxed, ready for bed. One of our scientific advisors, Dr. Michael Hamblin, he loves using it before bed, and he equates it to making him sleep like a baby. So it's very, very useful for that. There's also great bonus features in that device. So not only can you use it as a therapeutic healing device, but you can also use it to boost sleep beyond just doing a treatment. There is an ambient feature on that device. And so what you can do is just turn it on, let's say for 90 minutes, and it'll run and it'll shoot out red light it won't be giving a therapeutic effect, but this is more for your light environment. And why that's important is if anybody is struggling with sleep, a good place to start to try to get yourself back to sleeping good is avoiding bright light at night. That is one of the big things that is just going to kill your sleep. And you may be sleeping, but it will also hurt your quality of sleep. You may not get into a deep sleep. We need to get into these deep sleeps, and REM sleep, etc. Sleep is very good for recovering all parts of the body, flushing out toxins of the brain. I mean, there's a lot of things that go on, when you're sleeping. And so if you can induce a good sleep, you're just going to feel healthier overall. So that ambient setting is super cool. All you would do is you turn the lights off, like let's say in your bedroom, an hour or 2 hours before bed, turn on that ambient mode, and it's going to light up red, and you can see everything. You can still work, etc. But you're not going to be exposing your eyes to bright blue light, which can actually boost cortisol. And then you're not really producing melatonin. Right. And so we're not going to be sleeping well. So that feature is very, very, very cool.
You could use it in the evenings, like an hour or 2 before bed.
Yeah. I mean, and you mentioned traveling. I mean, your hotel room, you can change the lighting in those, like no problem. You would just light up, and it's pretty bright. I will just kind of put mine either in the center of the room or the nightstand and just kind of turn it to the ceiling, and it will illuminate the entire room. And it was actually really, really good to use when my fiance was breastfeeding our child. Is, you know, as mothers know, especially newborns, they wake up a lot, you know, every 2 to 3 hours. And the first thing you want to do is feed them, and hopefully they go back to sleep right away. And so if you don't have to turn on bright light, right, and if you can not stimulate the baby or stimulate yourselves, it's easier to fall back asleep. So there's many different ways to use it, but just, you know, taking control of your light environment with that device is very, very helpful.
So that's cool. But now when you have it on the power cord and then you take it off, it seems like it stays on for a while. What is that? Is it so it's rechargeable?
So it is rechargeable. So it's battery powered. You can take that thing anywhere. You know, it's really best to use through the app, because the app, you can control it. You can turn it off, on instantly. You can change between different settings. There's an alarm clock feature on there, which is super cool. You can set it by your nightstand. Let's say you set your alarm for, let's say for 6:30 in the morning. And you can set that to where you wake up to bright light, almost like a sunrise, you know, in your bedroom, which is really cool. And, you know, waking up naturally to light, you know, you just feel naturally better as well, because your body slowly starts to come out of that sleep gradually, versus like a quick alarm. You know, I'm sure everyone's felt that when your alarm goes off and you just feel your head is so heavy, and you feel like, why? I don't know why some days I feel that way and some days I don't. The reason you feel that way is your body is in a very deep sleep. And so it's not gradually waking you up. So cortisol isn't quite there yet. And if you use light, it's not going to wake you up right away. It's going to wake you up slowly. So when you wake up, your system's already running, ready to go.
Wow, that's cool. And now it comes with glasses. What are those about?
So the glasses would be anytime you're in the beam window. The near infrared in our product, versus our previous generations, it is a little bit more intense. And the reason being it's more intense is we've focused the lens a lot better. So when the light is leaving the device, it's directed at wherever you're pointing it. You're not losing a lot of light bleed to the side. So if you're doing a treatment, we want all that light to get to you. And so by that, the near infrared is a little bit more intense. And it's still very low risk, but to maintain some of the safety standards we need to provide eye protection. And so anytime you're using the near infrared, which is going to be most of the time, just slip on the glasses, you know, and then you can shine it on your face. And it's very, very good for your skin on your face, etc. So, but if you're treating your arm, you know, like let's say you're holding it right here and you're treating your arm, you're not in the beam window. So you don't need to wear the glasses.
Okay. So if I mean, and I haven't figured out exactly where to put it, like, because my hands are usually full of baby, you know, so I'm trying to put it somewhere, and like sometimes I just hold it like this because I want to do the thyroid, you know.
Yep.
And so I've been like, sometimes if I'm in the bed or something, I'll just hold it like that and just do, and then it seems like it beeps after a few minutes. Is that the 10-minute thing you were talking about?
Yep. So the Go device specifically, there is no cooling fans in there. And so in order to maintain proper temperature of those LEDs so they don't overheat, it'll run for a 10-minute treatment, which is going to deliver a lot of energy to the body in that specific area. It needs to cool for 10 minutes. And so that beeping after, when you do a treatment, you'll see it flash. And then once that cool down period is done, it'll stop flashing. So then you're ready to treat a different area.
Okay.
That is due to the fans, and we need to keep those LEDs cool. So one, they continue to work, and it's going to help increase the longevity of that product. So nothing is burning out. Our other devices, which are powered, you got to plug them into a 110 outlet. Those can run continuously over and over and over again because they have cooling fans.
Does anybody ever like put it on like a string from the ceiling or something? That seems like it would work. Like
I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen a lot of people, put it like almost on their desk as they're working, it's shining on them, or, doing journaling in the morning. I've seen people prop it up and do breath work in the morning. There's a lot of cool things you can do to just mix it in. And that's the really cool thing about our products is it's best to mix it in that you can do consistent use, because consistent use is very, very important. And that is the key to the therapy, is consistently using it on a regular basis. Then you're going to see results. If you're really sporadically using it, once a week or a couple times a month, you're really not going to see a whole lot of benefit. Similar if you were to start taking like a supplement, right? I'm not really going to see a lot of benefit by taking a supplement one time. You need to be taking it consistently. And so that's kind of the key if you want to see results, is and mixing it into your routine that best, that best fit. So using it at night, if that's the best way to do it, like you're in bed, like you talked about, that's great. Just mixing it in and getting that dosage of light is critical. I
want to figure out a way, a way to rig it up so that I can have it on when I haven't figured out exactly how to mix it into my routine, but I've been using it every day. I'd say probably 6 days a week since I've had it. And I was like, I'm just going to try it. I'm not going to overthink it, because I think so many people are like, I'm not going to use it because I don't know everything about it. It's like,
yeah,
I was like, I'm just going to put it on. And, I have one friend who has one, and I said, so you're not supposed to look at it. And she was like, it's fine as long as you're not staring into it. Like you said about if you're putting it on your arm, you can look at it. It's like, it's only if you're like staring directly into it, that you need to.
Yeah. And it is fairly bright. It is fairly bright. And, anytime if you feel comfortable exposing your eyes, just like you wouldn't stare at the sun, you wouldn't want to stare directly into the LED. And here's the thing about the goggles, or not the goggles, but the protective eyewear, is it's for the near infrared. And I should have touched on this, but near infrared is invisible to the human eye. So we can't see it. So the wavelength that you're actually using these glasses for to protect from is the near infrared. It isn't the brightness. The brightness actually isn't harmful for your eyes. So, and another question, why would you even expose your eyes? Well, there's a lot of research coming out that red light therapy is actually helping, improve vision, because there's mitochondria in your eyes, just like there are around the rest of your body, and they respond extremely well to that light. And there's tons more research. You can do a quick Google search and find tons of new research that's coming out about that. And it's really, really interesting. So if you're wanting to kind of use it for your eyes, definitely talk to your eye doctor about that type of stuff, because everybody's different, right? All our makeups are different, but it's very, very interesting. So that would be why you maybe wouldn't want to wear the glasses, is to use the red light to help support healthy eyes.
That's awesome. It seems like, how you get these ads, and it seems like, your phone or your computer knows everything that you're into. So it's like, and it starts sending you all this stuff about red light and how it's good, what the benefits are, because it's tracking you, So,
Oh yeah.
So what about, some people say, oh, I just like to go outside. I don't really want to fool with a device. Why can't I just get it from the sun? And, maybe they live in a sunny place. What do you say about that?
Well, one, I would say getting sun is still important, because the sun is full spectrum. And so in the sun, you're getting a lot of other wavelengths that you're not getting in our products. So myself, I do red light therapy treatments daily, but I'm also getting regular sun. That's important. Where the difference is our product contains a high dosage of just 2 specific wavelengths, and the sun is, as I mentioned, full spectrum. It's delivering thousands of different wavelengths, that are visible and non-visible, and you're really not going to be able to target, let's say, your ankle with that strong of a dosage to increase blood flow, to penetrate and heal those tissues just by sunlight. It's definitely beneficial, but you're not going to get that strong of a dosage that quickly in that specific area. And, and for most people too, time to get out there and sit in the sun, especially like with kids. There's also times you don't want to be outside very long because you don't want to be burning your skin. So there's lots of different ways, or different differences between the two. And the biggest is, you're really not going to get that specific strong of doses of those specific wavelengths. And then two, the sun is full spectrum. So still very beneficial to get out there and get sun, but you're really not going to boost certain things like mitochondria function and different things just by going out, in the sun. And that would actually be a really cool study to do at some point is have one group that gets just sunlight all day, or not all day, but for, let's say, a certain time period. And then you have one group that's using red light therapy and try to look at that. But that's going to be hard to measure because, the sun's full spectrum. So it's not like you can just block out red and near infrared from the sun and compare. So, those are kind of the differences at a high level.
Now, does this have any impact on your vitamin D levels?
So it doesn't, but directly, right? It's not going to stimulate vitamin D necessarily, but I have seen research before that it helps your body. So if you're giving your cells more energy, right, and everything is operating more efficiently, you could theoretically say, and this isn't necessarily proven, but theoretically, it could help your body. The process of how it makes vitamin D and converting that, it needs energy to do that. And so if you're giving your body this energy, potentially that could increase the effect that of your body making it after it's gotten it from the sun, or let's say from a supplement or something like that. So it's not going to give direct vitamin D because that needs to be from UVA or UVB. But if the red light is helping your body be more efficient, it could make the vitamin D process more efficient as well after you've been exposed to UVA or UVB.
Yeah, well, I've read that it's vitamin D is depleted by stress, and so this, if you are using this kind of as a thing to help your stress levels, then it could help your body hold on to more of it, or absorb it better, or something like that.
It's a good question, Caitlin. And, if you're looking through the research, they're now like there's a good picture in this one clinical study where it's showing like a human body, and it's pointing to all the different areas of the body where red light has shown to benefit. So it's, as we're talking, if you're treating a bigger area, like let's say with more of our full body panels, you're gonna just be exposing yourself to more energy and more potential to see those systemic benefits throughout the body. Because if your cells have more energy, let's say a lot of them are in chronic stress, and you're kind of shifting that into more of a homeostasis, everything's going to be more balanced. So right now, things are still being discovered. Things are still being discovered of how red light is impacting the body. We're starting to see positive information come out about the gut microbiome and how red light is helping with that, and supporting other areas of the body. So it's very, very interesting, and we're really in this discovery phase of it as well. There's well over, I would say, 5,000 clinically peer-reviewed studies, and it continues to grow like 30 a month. Just continues to grow. So we're still in the discovery phase for a lot of it, as far as use cases of the endless possibilities for potential use.
That's amazing. I mean, I think in so many things about biohacking, and we're in the infancy stage of that we just discovering. And I think now we're so into just technology, but technology in a negative way, just staring at the blue screens and doing, staying in our houses all day, being on our computers, in our cubicles. And now we're seeing the opposites. We're learning that everything that just like with nutrition, we learned everything we thought was wrong, so we have to unlearn everything and start over again, and, and go and start getting outside and learning that, that we always thought the sun was terrible. And now we're learning that, oh, well, we need to take in all the spectrums like you're talking about, and it has a lot of benefits for us. So how can people get a Joovv when I think I have a code. My code is grass-fed girl for it.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're interested, you can go to joovv.com, joovv.com, 2 O's, 2 V's. And there you can check out our products. You know, we have a variety of options, depending on how big of a treatment area you want to treat. All of our products deliver the same therapeutic, clinically proven wavelengths. They all deliver similar power. Just the difference is going to be treatment size. So how much you're wanting to treat. You know, and the difference would be I'm kind of just, you know, exposing my whole body to really targeting pain point areas or trying to boost certain areas. A great spot to go there is go to the reviews, page and just start reading what people are saying, and how they've implemented it. And, you know, that's real-time feedback from Joovv customers of why they bought it and what benefits that they are experiencing. If you're wanting to learn a little bit more about the science, we have a great page for that as well, where you can, you know, don't take my bumbling words. You can go look and dive into the research and see what, you know, why what I'm saying is legitimately backed by clinical data.
Sorry, the rest of the video got cut off. We had some technical difficulties, but basically, we were just talking about where you can get your Joovv. It's joovv.com, and you can use your code GrassFedGirl to get a discount on your first order. And this is the one I got. It's portable and rechargeable, so I like this one a lot. It's the Mini Go. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.